reality is if you think about scientists from the past, the most creative scientists like Da Vinci, like Einstein, would never have wanted themselves pigeonholed in that particular kind of way. And when you think about education beyond school, the world is interdisciplinary. Whether you happen to be a scientist or a technologist or an artist or a teacher, you are going to use a whole range of different skills. So why we want to say to our young people that you've got to choose, and you've got to choose early on, is something that I'd like for us to stay away with. But I think often the pressure comes from other places. It comes from the world of employment, it comes from government, and it sometimes comes from parents. We don't want our children to just grow up to be mercenary and think, well, I'm going to earn a lot of money in the STEM industries and therefore I should go in that direction. We want them to engage with the world that they live in.
There's been a risk, I think, over the past few years of, certainly at secondary level, perceiving the curriculum as qualifications and looking at what qualifications youngsters are doing, particularly in Key Stage 4. But I think it is very, very important that schools go back and examine what they mean by the curriculum, because it's far more than the subjects that are actually taught. It is focusing also on the skills, the soft skills, and the attributes that are being developed in the school. And I think those should be explicit in a curriculum statement. And then the subjects that you get then will flow from that.
Young people in schools are really interested in science naturally, but somewhere along the way, something is making them step off those paths. And certainly as BP, we're really keen on thinking, how do we help people stay on the path to picking up those STEM skills? Not to the exclusion of other things, but how do we work with schools? How do we work with those out-of-school experiences? And actually, more so now, like events like this, how do we work with teachers and influencers to help people see those role models? Because I think the really important part is young adults being able to picture themselves being scientists, being great engineers. Actually, for us, being the CEO of BP, he's an engineer. So they need to see that could be them.
Combination of creativity and science and technology, this recognizing that these two must go together, is absolutely critical, and we really must make sure we really build on that in our education system, because that is, I think, a lot about the future.